Welcome to Sussex, with stunning coastlines and cliffs to charming seaside towns and beautiful castles. It has something for everyone. In this video, we'll show you the best places to visit in this stunning area. We start off with the charming town of Rye in East Sussex. This place is full of wonderful old buildings and cobbled lanes that make you feel like you step back in time. Other great things to see in the area are Rye Castle, which is a lovely little castle nestled in the town, and Lamb House, which is a National Trust property and was once home to writer Henry James, and it's well worth a look around. If you take a 25-minute walk out of the town, you'll discover Camber Castle, which is a great castle to see nearby. Situated in Ticehurst, East Sussex, is the stunning Pashley Manor Gardens. Set in 11 acres, this is one of my favourite gardens I've visited. It's also described as one of the finest English gardens. Another great thing to mention, this place is free if you have a Historic Houses membership, or entry is £15 per adult. The place also has royal links, as the house here was once owned by Sir Geoffrey Boleyn, who's the great-grandfather of Anne Boleyn. About 20 minutes from Rye, you're also going to discover Great Dixter House and Gardens. This place has really vibrant gardens and a lovely house you can explore too. I must also mention, this site you can also visit for free with a Historic Houses membership. The next stop is one of Sussex's many castles, which is Bodiam Castle. This moated castle, set in the village of Bodiam, shows the castle ruin in all its glory. If you have a National Trust membership, the site is also free to visit, or entrance is around £12 to £14 per adult. Batemans is the former home of the world-renowned writer Rudyard Kipling. This 17th century home is like stepping back in time, and it has been beautifully preserved with lots of artefacts and interesting things to see. This site is also part of the National Trust, so it's free to members to visit, or it's £17 entry without. Hastings is a charming seaside town on the coast of East Sussex. There's so many great things you can do here, like you can go on the East and West Hill railways, which take you up to the top of the hills in Hastings, giving you great panoramic views of the area. Another great attraction here is the Smuggler's Adventure Caves. It is a great little attraction nestled at the top of Hastings Hills, and it shows the great history of these caves. Hastings also has a great old town you can wander through with many independent shops and restaurants you can check out. With regards to museums in the area, you have Hastings Contemporary and the free to enter Fisherman's Museum, which has some great exhibits, and Shipwreck Museum nearby. That was also a great little free museum to have a look around. On the other side of town is this castle-like building you can visit here called Hastings Museum. That is also free to enter too, and there was lots of interesting exhibits to see in there as well. We next head 20 minutes up the road from Hastings to the historic town of Battle. With its amazing abbey and grounds, this place delves deep into the Battle of Hastings in 1066, which had an important impact on English history. Overall, it's a great little place you can visit for a couple of hours after you've visited Hastings. Just a reminder as well, Battle Abbey is also a part of English Heritage, which you can purchase a membership for £82 for the year, and that does give you access to multiple English Heritage sites. We next head west to one of the fantastic castles in the area, which is Hertsmonceux Castle. The castle is £10 to enter the grounds and have a look around. Unfortunately, you cannot go inside it, as the place is used for study for Canadian students. It's a really nice stop for an hour or two to have a wander in the gardens and take some fantastic photos. Just down the road from Hertsmonceux Castle is the lovely little Pevensey Castle. It's well worth a visit if you're in the area, and ticket prices start from £7.20 for adults. Michelham Priory House and Gardens is another fantastic place you can visit in the area, and it's free if you have a Historic Houses membership. There are some really great things you can see inside these buildings here that date all the way back to the 13th century. Do allow a good couple of hours to explore the buildings and its surrounding area. The next destination covered in the video in Sussex is Eastbourne, with its fantastic pier filled with arcades and shops. Maybe book yourself into the 5-star Grand Hotel for a luxury stay, or check out the Town Up Art Gallery with many interesting exhibits on display. In the heart of the town you'll find the Beacon Shopping Centre, and on the other side of the town you will find Sovereign Harbour with many shops, restaurants and boat trips you can do. Eastbourne is also the gateway to the stunning Beachy Head area and the amazing cliffs you can see. In this area you'll also find the Beachy Head Lighthouse, which is in the sea, and the Belltout Lighthouse, which is a B&B. One of the best places of views of the cliffs is Birling Gap, and it's one of my favourite views of the coastline. Another famous building in this area is the Coastguard Cottages, which you may have seen in the TV series Luther and many things online. Also in the South Downs National Park you'll find the fantastic little village of Alfriston. It has some really quaint old buildings in the area and feels like you're taking a step back in time. Alfriston is also home to the Alfriston Clergy House, which is a beautiful cottage house owned by the National Trust. It's a lovely little place to explore, and it was the first property acquired by the National Trust. Situated near Alfriston, don't forget to check out the Long Man of Wilmington, which is 235 feet long, and Litlington White Horse, both fantastic chalk drawings you'll find in this area. Also near Alfriston is Raffiney Wine Estate, which offers wine tasting and tours situated in the South Downs National Park. If you're in the area, I definitely recommend checking it out. Just an 8-minute drive from Raffiney is Drusillas Park, often voted one of the best small zoos in the UK. There's loads of animals to see here, from monkeys to meerkats, to camels, sloths, penguins and a whole lot more. There is also a mini theme park at the end of the park with loads of rides for the little ones, which is also included in the entrance fee. Another interesting property in Fell is Charleston, which was the modernist home of artists Vanessa Bell and Duncan Grant. It was once a gathering point for some of the 20th century's most radical writers. It's another great house where you step back in time and it captures your heart and mind. One more great house to visit in this area is Monk's House, which was once home to Virginia and Leonard Woolf. It's another little charming place that takes you back in time. Entry is free to National Trust members, but do pre-book your visit slots online. We next head over to the charming county town of Lewes. You'll find the lovely Anne of Cleves house here, which is the former home of King Henry VIII's fourth wife, and it's a real interesting place to see. After this, have a walk over to the lovely Lewes Priory ruins in the area. Lewes also has a fantastic castle you can visit with some lovely views, and it has a lovely little museum you can visit too. You can get a combined ticket to the Anne of Cleves house and the castle for £16.50, and tickets can be purchased online. The next stop is one of the highest points in the South Downs National Park, which is Ditchling Beacon. Park in the National Trust car park here and take the 2 and a bit mile walk along to the fantastic Jack and Jill windmills, which give you great views of the area. It's a lovely place to stop off at and really popular with walkers, and it's part of the South Downs Way. Another gem in Sussex to visit is the Butterfly Gardens at Middleton Common Farm. It's a fantastic place to visit with many colourful butterflies in. They are really friendly, so be prepared for some of them to land on you. The entrance is also really budget friendly at £7. There is also some really great stick insects you can see here too. It's a great little place to see, and you can spend about an hour going around it. One of my next favourite places to visit is Sheffield Park. Situated in Uckfield, East Sussex, this National Trust site has some amazing lakes and gardens. The best time to visit here is around September to October time, as that is when all the autumn colours and trees and plants start to come through, showing a wide array of colours. It's a great place to visit, and you will definitely need a good 2 to 4 hours to see everything here. In this area as well, nearby to Uckfield, is Lakewood. It has some caves and rock formations you can see, surrounded by a lake in the middle, making it a nice place to have a walk or visit if you have a spare hour or so and are in the area. We next head over to Standen House and Garden, another fantastic National Trust site in East Grinstead. This arts and craft family home with Morris & Co interiors is a delight to see. It has a lovely sunroom filled with plants and some really interesting interior pieces, and it's well worth checking out this site. If you're looking for forest and nature, look no further than Ashdown Forest. This national forest is the real-world setting for Winnie the Pooh's 100-Acre Wood. What inspired the author A.A. Milne's stories here? There is so many walks and streams that you can discover in this area, and there's many paths you can choose from here to explore the natural beauty of the place. The next stop is one of the many gardens around the Haywards Heath area, which is Wakehurst. Owned by the National Trust but used and managed by the Royal Botanic Gardens Kew, it's situated on almost 500 acres of land. It has a 16th century mansion, 20th century garden, Kew Millennium Seed Bank, walled and water gardens, plus woodland and wetland conservation areas. Overall, it's a great little place to visit, and you can spend a good 2 to 3 hours here. Just down the road is another great place to walk, which is Ardingly Reservoir, and also do check out Ouse Valley Viaduct. Also near Haywards Heath, you'll find the stunning Borde Hill Garden. This is another free site to visit for Historic Houses members, or entry is around £12.50 for adults. Set in over 200 acres, it's a really colourful garden full of life and colour at every turn. It also has a beautiful private manor house and an Italian styled garden too. I would say to allow a good 2 hours to look around and see everything that there is on offer here. We next head over to High Beeches Garden, which is a very small and quaint garden set in 27 acres of woodland, with water gardens and a collection of rare, exotic and award-winning plants. The site is free to visit for Historic Houses members, or entry is £11 without. You're going to need about an hour to see this place. Another fantastic place to see in this area is Nymans. With a Grade 2 listed garden and house, it's a garden lover's home for all seasons. With an extensive yet intimate garden set around a romantic house and ruins. The garden was developed starting in the late 19th century by 3 generations of the Messel family and was brought to renown by Leonard Messel. In 1953, Nymans became a National Trust property, which means you can visit for free with a National Trust membership, or the entrance fee is £20 without. I really love how the house and ruins is blended into the garden and makes for a really unique place to visit. The journey continues just an 8-minute drive down the road to the stunning Leonardslee Lake and Gardens. Another one of my favourite gardens in Sussex, it's situated in 240 acres with 7 interconnected lakes. The place is just full of colour and vibrancy everywhere you look. One of Leonardslee's most famous sites is a group of Bennett's wallabies which have been on the site since 1889. What makes this place so unique is everywhere you look there's a different sculpture around every corner. Most of the statues you see in this place are for sale, but they are very expensive though. With regards to entry fees, ticket prices start from £15.50 per adult. I would say to explore the whole place and walk around, do allow a good 3 to 4 hours as there is so much to see here. We next head 7 minutes down the road to Huxley's Bird of Prey Centre and Gardens. It's a fantastic and educational place to learn about the bird of prey from all over the world. Throughout the day they do many flight displays of the birds in action. Entrance is from £10 for adults, and it's a great informative and educational attraction. You'll probably need about an hour to go around. It's also part of a garden centre too, if you fancy doing some shopping after. Our journey continues down south to the city of Brighton. Featuring a fantastic pier with many rides and arcades, you also have the i360 observation tower, which gives you great views over the city. Brighton also has the Royal Pavilion, which is a former royal residence, and also has a marina with many shops and entertainment options. Brighton Toy Museum is a great place as well, with toys from the past on display. Brighton also has some great shopping lanes which are full of great independent shops and restaurants, and has something for everyone. Brighton is just an hour train ride from London, which makes for a great day trip either way. Brighton is also home to the world's oldest aquarium, Sea Life Brighton, which first opened way back in 1872. The changing light colours in this Victoria-styled aquarium really give it a great aura to this place. There's many fish and reptiles on display you can see. Entry for advance tickets start from £16 for adults. Brighton is also home to the world's oldest electric running railway, the Volks Railway, which runs up and down the seafront. Going 30 minutes west, we head to the small town of Steyning. Filled with many interesting buildings from the past, this is another great place to explore for a couple of hours. There's many independent shops and restaurants you can visit and see. The cobblestone walk also has a great tea room and small shops you can buy things from too. At the top of Standen you will get great views of the South Downs. Just down the road you'll find Bramber Castle, which is an interesting castle ruin, and St Mary's House, which is a great little house and gardens to visit, also part of historic houses. We next head further west to the charming town of Arundel. There's many interesting buildings to see here, including the fantastic cathedral. But the real highlight of the town is the castle here, which is one of my favourite castles. The gardens here are also absolutely stunning. Arundel Castle is also part of the Historic Houses membership, which covers entrance to the gardens, but not entrance inside the castle. Arundel is also home to Swanbourne Lake, where they do boating on the lake or take a hike around the lovely area. Other great attractions in Arundel is the Arundel Wetland Centre, which is home to pelicans, wading birds and a whole lot more. Entrance is £14.36 per adult. Step back in time with a visit to Parham House and Gardens, a magnificent Elizabethan estate set in the heart of West Sussex, England. Built in the late 16th century and lovingly preserved by generations of the Pearson family, Parham offers a rare glimpse into over 400 years of English history. Inside, discover beautifully furnished rooms filled with antique furniture, paintings and textiles, all arranged as though the family had just stepped out. The highlight of the house is the long gallery, which at 48 metres or 158 feet long, it's the third longest in a private house in England and runs the entire length of the house. Once outside, discover the award-winning gardens unfold across acres of tranquil parkland, featuring formal borders, rose gardens, herbaceous walks and sweeping views of the South Downs National Park. Parham House is also a part of historic houses, so it is free to enter if you do have that membership. We next head over to Petworth House and Park, which is a stunning house located in Petworth, West Sussex. This National Trust site is one of England's most magnificent country estates. Petworth is famed for its stunning art collection, breathtaking gardens designed by Capability Brown, and centuries of fascinating history. No filming is allowed inside the house, so I didn't manage to video inside. One of the highlights of this place is the deer you will find here. Petworth is home to between 700 to 800 fallow deer. It may take a while to find them though, as there is over 700 acres to explore here. Allow a good 3 to 4 hours to explore the house and walk around the estate. The last city we are stopping at today is Chichester in West Sussex. It's a vibrant city with some great historical buildings. In the centre of the city is the Chichester Cross, which is a great historical building to see, built around 1503. But the main highlight of the city is Chichester Cathedral. Founded around 1075 as a cathedral, it is definitely the highlight of the city. It is free to wander the grounds, and if you do go inside the cathedral, it's free, but there is a suggested donation of £7 to help maintain this magnificent place. Right next to the cathedral, you will come across the Bishop's Palace Garden. It's a beautiful garden that is free to enter, and it's full of colour and life and gives you great views of the cathedral too. Just a 7-minute drive out of the city is Fishbourne Roman Palace. Step back nearly 2,000 years and discover the grandest Roman residence ever found in Britain. This incredible archaeological site reveals how the Romans lived in luxury right here in ancient Britain. You'll see the beautifully preserved mosaic floors, the reconstructed Roman gardens, and the fascinating artefacts that tell the story of life in Roman Britain. It's definitely worth an hour or two to look around this place, and entry to the site is £13 for adults. Also just a 12-minute drive from Chichester, you will find Westdean Gardens. It's a really beautiful garden with many places you can walk. Highlights include the 300-foot pagoda, which you can explore and watch nature unfold around it. The site is also home to Westdean College, which is internationally recognised for excellence in arts, design, craft and conservation education. Westdean Gardens is free to Historic Houses members to enter, or entrance is £13.50 without. Well guys, if you enjoyed this video of Sussex, if you could like, comment and subscribe, that would be great, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.